Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall, on point reviews all day, every day. We're back with another Dua comparison, and this Dua comparison is a Dua PDM comparison. And man, have I done a bunch, okay? I've done almost everything at this point. We did Leighton, we did Herod, we did Sedley. I was gonna do Percival, I just can't find it. Carlisle is on the way. This one here is on a lovely, fresh PDM fragrance. This is Galloway right here, and the Dua inspired expression is called Scottish Breed by Dua. We're gonna pit these guys head to head on an in-depth comparison because that's what I do. That's what I do. I make sure that to try these cloned expressions. And by the way, at this point, there are other clone houses that want to send me stuff, and I'm happy because it's coming from a tangent of confidence rather than fear. When I review these things, all I say is how they could possibly develop and what you could expect. So, and I also want to, defeat the notion that everything is exact. Of course it's not. But how exact? How close is it? Or how different is it? That's exactly why I make these videos, especially for those that can't smell or can't buy the original ones. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Galloway Scottish Breed. Let's hit the music. Okay, we're back, guys. Galloway versus Scottish Breed. I'm really glad I still had all those PDM samples that were given to me. I mean, that's the advantage of retail, I guess. When you buy from, say, a PDM boutique, is that they'll send you basically samples of everything. When I went to the Frederick Mall boutique in Melrose, I mean, they were very, very generous. I was able to try basically anything I wanted. So that's the good side of retail, I guess. And if you guys remember, when I bought Sedley, they sent me a bunch of samples, Galloway included, plus a wallet, a PDM wallet. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that the retail experience is trying to compensate for, probably being more expensive than the gray market. That's really cool. Now, Dua here, man, what can I say? This is my umpteenth Dua video, and at this point, I'm starting to understand Dua. It's almost like interviewing Massam without really interviewing him. It's like trying to discover what they're doing on these fragrances before they release them. What are the decisions being made on how they're going to clone these things together and how they're going to disperse it, given the ingredients, materials at hand. So that's really interesting. Like, as I go, just on testing these, I'm starting to learn about the company, which is really cool without even interviewing anybody from there. This one here, Galloway, is a very, very popular PDM, you could say freshy, a fresh summer fragrance. And this one starts with citrus and pepper, and then it goes into iris and orange blossom on the mid notes, and then it has amber musk on the base notes. Galloway is famous for a couple things. Number one, when the citrus pepper blast hits you, you will immediately have this notion that this is a gentlemanly scent. Citrus and pepper fused together, once you hit it with a really strong blast, I mean, it will signal to you this is a gent scent. You could put it, on the likes of, versus Scandal or versus Viking, if you guys can imagine that. But the good thing about Galloway is that it has iris and orange blossom on the mid notes, and I think that's what separates it from other just gent scents. Other gent scents go a certain way. They got lavender, they got other things. This one goes into iris and orange blossom, and not a super powdery amount of iris, just a perfect amount of iris. Orange blossom here is the star, but then with that spice added as the pepper overlaps into the orange blossom from the opening. And then you've got this nice amber musk dry down. This amber musk base. Okay, so that's why Galloway is much loved. So when I saw the Scottish breed, and this was sent to me again by Jeremy, thank you, Jeremy, I was really curious how it's gonna go. So the thing is, when I sprayed Scottish breed and Galloway side by side, this is what I noticed. Okay, it's called, I'm gonna come up with this word. Okay, it's called the Dua delay. Okay, it's called the Dua delay process, and you've seen me talk about this with my Virgin Island water video when I said, you know what, I think that what Dua does is it delays the progression so they can, you can feel the longevity go over 8-10 hours, whatever. Well, the best way is to slow it down, right? Well, if there was a fragrance of Dua that had the most Dua delay, in my opinion, so far, it's this one. They should call this Scottish breed Dua delay edition, because this one had the biggest delay for me. Okay, it's quite important that you experience a fragrance, not the delay. Okay, I can understand the Virgin Island water because, well, first and foremost, most creeds they're not really that strong. And so if you make like a stronger version or longer lasting version, you might have to delay the way the scent progresses. But there are just some fragrances that they have to really, for you to appreciate, they have to really reveal the notes in a certain way and in a certain time. So that's kind of the thing. When I smelled Galloway, it's like the way the notes presented themselves and the way that the top notes kind of fizzled, and then you have a little bit of that pepper overlapping in the mid notes. That's the experience. That's why people love this. That's why people go like, oh, this is so good, this is so nice, I would definitely wear this for work, for date. Some ladies say, I would love this on a man, because within that time frame it develops that way, right? So that's why there's all this fanfare on Galloway. The thing about Scottish breed is they put the Dua delay on it. And because they put the Dua delay on it, here's what you're stuck with. You're stuck with pepper and citrus for a while. Okay? And I understand that, okay, the Duas are supposed to give you the sensation of the fragrance. Well, it shouldn't be that long, because it was really that long. I mean, it started to smell, even you could say rubbery, citrus rubbery at a certain point, because it was a heavy cloud of citrus and pepper that wouldn't disappear for maybe 40 minutes. So I'm thinking, okay, they put the Dua delay, but then again, you missed the point. You've already smelled a heavy dose of pepper and citrus for 40-45 minutes. That's not the point here. For me, if you're gonna smell like the Galloway way, it's supposed to even, the iris and the orange is supposed to reveal itself within like less than 30 minutes. And that's what happened. And so that's why there was a huge disparity. Once I started, sniffing left, right, it was like, oh my God, they're already on the orange blossom part right here. And then here, we're still stuck with all the pepper. The rubbery smelling, pepper citrus. Okay? And I mean, it's a while, okay? It's a while. It could take maybe up to an hour before it slowly lifts. But even as it lifts, it's not like the orange blossom came out and caught it, okay? It just lifts. And so as it lifts, you get a little bit of the iris, not sure about the orange blossom. But by that time, it's already been more than an hour. So I guess, this fragrance right here, I don't approve of the Dua delay here, okay? And there are other scents that I do approve of the Dua delay, like for example with the Caribbean Waters. Like I said, I thought that was smart, because the first part of Caribbean Waters is likable. You can survive with that, But I don't think you can survive with the first part of just, pepper and lemon, or pepper and citrus. I mean, you're gonna smell, it's just not good in my opinion. I mean, it is, like I told you guys, the pepper and the citrus, when you put together, yes, it'll give you that notion of that gent scent, but then, man, it's gotta be, something has to develop right after that. This one doesn't. We're kind of stuck there for a while. And so, I I don't know. I sort of had high hopes for Scottish breed, but this one here isn't, my cup of coffee. You guys should try it. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, let it macerate, yada, 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 yada. Well, this thing has been here for more than 2 weeks. So I don't know how many months I got to wait for it to macerate. I don't have the time nor the pleasure to wait. But that's what you're going to get with this Scottish breed, okay? You're getting citrus and pepper. That's it. For a while. Versus the Galloway here. I would rather wear the Galloway, if I compare these two. And mind you, I've done some comparisons with other duas, and in many cases I still preferred the duas. So that's the thing, guys. It's such a hit and miss, this thing. Some of them, like the Baccarat was a hit, and then the Ani was not. Then the Caribbean Waters is a hit, and this is not. Well, yeah, this one's not. I'd rather wear Galloway, to be honest. It's not about projection, strength, longevity. It's not about that, guys. In many cases, it's the development of the scent that matters. Okay, because that's what makes it this. It's the development. You're supposed to smell the orange blossom and the iris at a certain point to catch it right after you get the citrus and the peppers. You see what I mean, guys? But if you alter that and you prolong a certain part, it could backfire. It could not smell close at all, because of course once we spray this, we don't sit at a waiting bench or a waiting shed waiting for like an hour before we go, okay, it's time to come out. No, that doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, this is a victim of Dua delay in a bad way, in my opinion. Could have been better. And this seems like an easy one to clone. It's like, simple perfumes. If I was Dua, I would have just made something that smells very close, reveals itself very close, and just price it cheaper, because a lot of people cannot afford, Galloway. It's expensive to a lot of people. So yeah, I mean, if I was Dua, that's what I would have done. But that's not the case. They put the delay, they put the longevity thing on it, and that doesn't really matter that much. If the perfume doesn't reveal itself in a good way, it doesn't matter, guys. You know what I mean? And by the way, let me tell you, not all Duas are beasts. Okay, so that's another notion that they're all beasts. No, they're not. I've tried a lot, and some of them are regular. They're like regular projection, and that's fine with me. The thing that matters is the way the pricing works. $55, hella cheap, Dua. But, how close? What are we going to get when we compare it to the original? Okay? And I'm one of the only who's actually doing this in a very honest way. So I appreciate the Dua fans, really listening to this. And being fair in your heads, you're not disillusioned, but you're rather open to listen to these things, because there's, like I said, there's a lot of hits with Dua. I agree with that. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you guys learned from this video. For those who own it, hey, drop it on the comments. What do you guys think? You guys have owned this. Maybe some of y'all have kept it in a cellar for 3 years. Let me know what this is like after you macerated it for longer than 2 weeks. Let me know. Okay, and if you compare that to the original, I would really love to know. Okay, and again, make sure to watch our Dua playlist. Like I said, we got hits, we got misses, we got it's okay, we got different Duas over there. Make sure you watch those. It's unbiased, unhyped. You're gonna learn a lot from those. Okay, and again, this is Troy D. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.